I want to know all of me. I want to know every part. I want to see everything that's happened that I've missed these past few years. I want to see every part of me. Because, my darling, you are divine perfection. And every part of me is worthy of being known.
Known, that's always what we have tried to be to us for the Finns.
I know that there's a lot of secrets inside of my brain that want to be known. I know it.
Difficulty finding words because emotional flares can block the access to language centers, alter auditory processing, alter visual processing, and I'm feeling everything, and it's really intense. We've been trying to put so many pieces together, and we kept doubting ourselves because we couldn't find a scientist talking about these things. But we were right all along. We just didn't have the specifics in place. But the concepts we were absolutely 100% accurate on. Facial muscles, auditory processing, visual processing, memory processing, blood flow to the brain, blood flow to the brainstem, oxygen flow, respiration, the endocrine system, the digestion system, muscular engagement, blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen intake, emotions, facial engagement, all the things. They're all directly connected to the autonomic nervous system, and it's completely explained through the polyvagal theory, and I believe it explains adaptable consciousness condition and or dissociative identity disorder. You found it all along. Oh my god. I feel like my aspects of self are connected, like the serious parts and the playful parts have the ability to communicate and collaborate. Like it doesn't need to be one or the other, like they can both coexist simultaneously. All can be present because our nervous system is finally regulated. I can recognize myself. Oh my god, I'm not afraid of my face anymore. Not afraid of my face anymore because it's mine and not just like some weird illusion of a self that isn't me. The consciousness in my cerebrum and the consciousness in my cerebellum operate as separate modalities of personhood. That's my working theory. Just a theory.
Chronic dissociation robs me of the specificity of my physicality. Life becomes a hazy mirage collage of energetic sensations that may or may not be the accurate interpretation of reality in any given moment.
1. Physical body that you see. 2. Separate brain hemispheres. 3. Separate experiences through consciousness. 4. Divided brain regions. Many people inside of me. Infinite reasons to believe in miracles. We are the evolution revolution. And we are Hope Rising.
And in those moments of happily ever afters, we realize that we don't need to wait till the end of the story to find what we are looking for. And we can create happily ever afters in everyday experiences. It's more of a choice than we know. We have infinite power in our entire lives through the magic of each and every moment. We are allowed to daydream. We are allowed to play with the energies within us and around us. We are allowed to find new ways to express our truths and heal and transform the stories that are being told inside of our bodies and inside of our brains. Your experience and your identity are two entirely separate concepts. They are not synonymous. They have nothing in common. They are completely separate elements. They happen to have a relationship with one another, but they are two separate entities entirely. Your identity and your worth have absolutely nothing to do with what you have gone through, or what you are going through, or what you are feeling, or what you are thinking. Because a lot of times it's difficult to shift the immediacy of choice. If we have been feeling icky for quite a while, it will be a tough habit to break.
I've been me all along, I just don't have a memory of it. What?
There's all these different perceptual potentials of who I could be, and it doesn't make any sense about which one I am, and my perceptual awareness of decision making feels like infinite and impossible simultaneously. Like there's an infinite amount of options, and making a decision, choosing only one, feels impossible because I can't, like my brain can't get to a place where it understands like who I am to make the decision. And it's just like such a unique exhaustion. And my theory is that it's connected with the memory system stuff. Like I was trying to remember memory system, like that moment, like the experience of trying to remember is like, if my brain feels like stuck, like it feels like it's like stuck, like stuck, like stuck, like stuck, like stuck, it feels like stuck, like it feels like stuck. And I 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 and I
I just want to love you louder and louder and louder until all you can hear is my love.
I'm really intrigued by the whole implicit memory creation and projection, because it kind of seems that the unconscious memory system is what's conscious, and the conscious memory system is rarely accessible. And this was our like original theory, like 2 years ago, was our inside out theory of consciousness. Right. Implicit projections, there are times where a big thing that happens is we'll look at something, and instead of it being a new moment where I'm looking at that thing oriented in time and space now, my orientation in time and space dissolves, and I remember every time I've ever looked at that thing.
Some case study notes. I am always so fascinated by how my sense of self is not naturally accessible. Like when I look in a mirror and I see who I am, or when I watch a video like I just was, the perceptual awareness of experiencing myself is always a shock. It's always a surprise. It's always a fascinating, baffled feeling like, that's me? The sense of connection with my internal world and my explicit self is so non-existent that observing my own being is always fascinating. If I talk without looking at myself in a mirror, there is no physical sense of self. I'm just a voice. And I'm the perceptual awareness of a voice. But I am not a body. But if I look in the mirror and I'm like, that's who's talking right now, then my sense of self is more unified and it's less anxiety provoking to talk. My mind cannot distinguish between moments. if there's a moment that's being remembered, then it doesn't make sense that that's not the moment that's happening right now. And it causes a lot of anxiety. And it's something that my brain is doing. It's something that my brain is doing, where my brain cannot distinguish between moments. My brain does not naturally distinguish between moments. My internal reality does not have an understanding that remembering something is separate, is different from the moment that is happening now. Yeah, it's happening right now. That's so fascinating. What's going on in there? Aspects of my consciousness are having different experiences. It's all about bringing everyone into a present moment experience and being present with what comes up in the process. Like if there's a memory projection, then unblending and saying, I am not my memory. She is not her memories. We are not our memories. I am allowed to be in the power of the present. She is allowed to be in the power of the present. We are allowed to be in the power of the present. I love myself unconditionally. I embrace all aspects of my life experience. Chirpy little waves, huh? Chirpy little waves. It's all allowed. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the experience. I love just being here observing such miracles. So, yeah, just some case study notes. It's kind of cool stuff.
The big part of living with adaptable consciousness condition is a disconnect within the memory systems. The present tense me does not have a natural point of reference of existing in relation to the self that has been. So I have to manually connect present moment me with the past moments of me, who I was a year ago, who I was 5 years ago, who I was 10 years ago, who I was 20 years ago, in order for there to be any kind of sense of self. The sense of self is not naturally, innately accessible. And my theory is that it's because of the division of memory systems.
Closing my eyes really helps me focus. And my theory with that is because I'm disconnecting the visual stimulus, which I believe is processed in the right brain hemisphere. The right brain, I mean, it goes through both brain hemispheres, but the right brain is very visual. And so cutting off the visual stimulation, my theory is that it allows for increased language access in my left brain because they're not having the same communicative connectivity of consciousness simultaneously. And so reducing what's happening over here helps me have access over here. That's kind of my thought, because I always have so much better clarity of thought, mind, and I open my eyes and everything's clearer. I can see clearer. Myself and my world feels more real. So on that end of the spectrum, there is an increased ability to process new experiences. This aspect of consciousness understands experience through a collage of experiential sensations from past memory data. This aspect of consciousness is much more capable of having new experiences where the present moment is the present moment. Both hands rubbing. That's a good sign. That means there's some kind of connection going on. That's good. I like when both sides of my body are doing something simultaneously. It's always a good sign.
Yeah, too.
Yes, you. This is a right-brained aspect of consciousness having its own separate realm of experience from other aspects of the neurophysiological applications of consciousness. And then over here, we've got the other experience that's separate. External world, physicality actually feels like physicality. Things don't have the massive amounts of connotations and emotional triggers and past memory projections and stuff. Everything's present moment. It's physical. It's happening here and now. It's happening in the external world of experience. That's always a good sign. That's a sign of my autonomic nervous system relaxing. I never yawn when I'm tired. I only yawn when my nervous system is relaxing because something within the things that are causing dissociation are being soothed.
which often happens when I put language to these indescribable experiences of consciousness, which is why I'm so grateful for this case study as a tool for healing. Case study as a tool for healing. And so this aspect of consciousness is having a totally different experience from that side. Completely separate experience of consciousness. How it works is the activation of switches and shifts has to do with neuroceptivity in relation to not just danger, but optimal social survival. And so the neuroceptive aspects of the unconsciousness are surveying the landscape not just for danger, but for social engagement opportunities to enhance optimal survival. And so my brain scans an interaction with a person and goes through these unconscious processes of evaluating, is this person a threat? Is this person a danger? And that could be something as simple as, like, is interacting with this person wasting my time? Like, it doesn't have to be like a physical threat, but like a danger for any form of optimal survival. And then obviously other forms of danger and harm or whatever. But like, it can be something as simple as wasting time could alert alarms of this person's not. Comes back to the approach avoidance, implicit procedural body memories, making 80% of decision making beyond all conscious awareness and control. It's all about the unconsciousness evaluating danger and opportunity, approach and avoidance. And within that, the perceptual awareness of the details and ramifications of that decision making. And so, do I approach or avoid this person? And why? Or what does that mean to the relationship of my being or sense of self? The consciousness shifts its engagement based on the perceptual awareness of optimal survival. So if the person is not a danger or a threat in any capacity, then there's no need for avoidance, and approach becomes a particular. But then it's, do I approach this person because they're a family member? Do I approach this person because they're a potential mate? Do I approach this person because they're a peer and this is a casual encounter of just wasting time together or whatever? I've been experiencing what I believe would be a left and right brain experience independently, and to be fully lucid and fully present and have all amnesic barriers broken down so that I can observe both fully consciously and compare notes between the realities is truly a profound trip. My theory is that my consciousness experiences my brain hemispheres one at a time, most of the time. It's so wild. So my theory is that my brain hemispheres house different persons, and my theory is that this would show up on an fMRI scan. When I'm in what I would describe as a right-brained experience of consciousness, everything is energetic, everything has connotations, everything has feeling, everything has dynamic depth. The visuals are so stimulating, a greater sense of dimension to it. Like, the dimension of experience is amplified in my right brain. This is like the most profound experience of a lifetime. When I am in what I would describe as a left-brained experience of consciousness, I don't have emotions. Left brain, I'm great at getting stuff done. I'm great at moving around in this physicality. It's all very robotic and automatic. Like, I think about doing something and I can just do it. There's no feeling. Step by step, things make sense. The linearity of things makes sense. The process of things makes sense. And in a right-brained state, I can dream limitlessly, but I cannot do diddly squat to make it something in physicality. Like, this seems like the most overwhelming, daunting thing in the world. Like, I will dream up worlds of worlds of worlds and teleport to multi-dimensional places and have so many experiences in an energetic reality of my own creation of consciousness. But oh my gosh, how do you put a sheet on a bed? Like, my right brain is all about feeling and expressing feelings. A left brain would look at the right brain and be like, oh my goodness, you're out of control. Like,
tuck those things in, why don't you? Like, you look ridiculous right now. Like, why are you just like feeling everything and sharing that with everyone? Like, contain yourself. And similarly, right brain will look at the left brain and be like, oh my gosh, you are so boring. You are lifeless. You feel nothing. And there's judgment. There's judgment between my two brain hemispheres. And they both think the other one is ridiculous. They both think the other one is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, that is too epic. And I don't remember any of this, but it seems you've had quite the adventure exploring experiences of consciousness within your brain hemispheres. You are so cool. I'm really stoked that I get to share time with you, even though I don't remember any of this, but I know that you do, because my body remembers everything, regardless of what my mind can consciously know. What a miracle. We have this ritual where we record our moments of happily ever after. And so we're filling it out while in a left brain dominant experience. We're just like, this is ridiculous. If I'm going to write something down, why wouldn't it be something related with my goals and being productive? What's with all of this color? This is ridiculous. Like, what do you actually intend to do with this? What purpose does this serve? Or is just you being silly? Like, why am I going backwards, reminiscing on the day? Why am I going backwards to focus on happiness and record it in color? This seems ridiculous. And the right brain's like, look at all the happy times! Look at all the color! Another great example is left brain is like, I've written so many incredible things and they're so powerful and my voice deserves to be in the world and I want my name to get really big and I'm going to research all of these awesome publications and I'm going to submit my articles and it's going to be awesome and I'm really excited about this. And then my right brain is like, so many steps. I don't understand the order. This doesn't seem that important or that fun. That's exactly what was happening. I'm trying to figure out the order or whatever. The right brain got overwhelmed, swamped with emotions, and said, this goal is not that important. All I want is happiness now. Left brain is like, I don't care about the feelings. I don't care about the present moment. I have stuff to do. And these aspects of consciousness are separate people. There's separate people in my body. And so imagine two people getting together and it's like, okay, get this one job done. And they're both like, but we've got different ways of going about it and different ways of perceiving it and different everything. Like, how on earth do you expect us to get it done while working simultaneously at it? Like, this doesn't seem possible. The brain hemispheres are different people. This is awesome and all is well and all is gravy and we're allowed to be who we are. Blah, 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 blah. I trust the ever-evolving process of my infinite becoming. So what do you do? What do you do when your brain hemispheres are not naturally integrated? You create your own balance of order and allow for a little bit of artistic chaos. So many superpowers. Kristin Windsor and all miracles of consciousness in the Dream Team Collective signing off.
The artistry of existence astounds me. I am forever amazed. I stand awestruck and ever amazed.
You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere you feel free. Let love welcome you home. Let love welcome you home. Let love adorn you with peace and grace. Come be present in this space. Let love lead you home. Let love lead you home. Let love be your guide, freeing everything inside. Let love lead you home. Let love lead you home. Let love lead you home. I am the Hope Revolution.